Belgian prosecutor revealed terrorists initially wanted to attack France last month, but targeted Belgium instead when police closed in. Mohamed Abrini was arrested last week. He confessed over the weekend to being the man in the hat seen in surveillance video pushing a bomb at Brussels airport. He is also linked to the Paris attacks in November.
The suspected terrorists in both plots have ties to the Molenbeek and Schaerbeek neighborhoods of Brussels. Vladimir Duthiers of our digital network CBSN examines why this part of Europe is a breeding ground for terrorism. He's here with a preview of a program called CBSN Originals, which airs tonight on CBSN. Vlad, good morning.
Good morning. I first visited these neighborhoods right after the Paris attacks in December, and I returned for a second time last month after the attacks on Brussels airport and the metro station. During my visits there, I saw where the suspects plotted their attacks and how unaware some of their neighbors were.
We're on the street here where police say the terrorists hatched their plan to attack the metro station and the airport. And how they know that is because the morning of the attacks, there was a taxi driver who picked these men up and took them to these locations. And he was suspicious because they had luggage that he was not allowed to touch. And they acted very suspiciously, and he didn't say anything until after the attacks, and he realized that this might have been a clue. He tipped the police off, and that led police to this address that we're coming up here, number 4.
Safe house where they made the first bombs for Paris. It's here.
Right here.
Right here. And I live here.
You live 2 streets away.
Yes. So they were my neighbors for 2 months, and I didn't know that these bombs have been made here close to my house.
This is the neighborhood that Saleh Abdeslam grew up in. This is the neighborhood where he lived most of his life. We're only about a half a mile away from the office of the mayor. And this is the apartment. Where the man who is considered the most wanted man in Europe was found by Belgian police after 4 months on the run. When he was arrested, he was found not far from the neighborhood where he spent his entire life. How does that happen? How does it happen that he happens to be right here?
And Vlad, I mean, you're talking with the residents there. You talked with the mothers of kids that had been recruited by ISIS. What surprised you most or just stood out the most?
The fact that this country, Belgium, exports more foreign fighters per capita than any other European country to Syria and the Middle East. This mother, Geraldine Hennigan, who I met the last time I was there, her son was recruited by ISIS, and he ultimately went to Syria. He was killed. She believes in an airstrike. He is, according to her, dead. And she's made it her mission to go to the families of other children who are recruited or are targeted by ISIS to help them. And she was at a school talking to young children about that. It's real, and they only have 60 euros in their bank account.
I guess what's most surprising is they know where this is.
They know where
Why aren't they doing more?
They don't have the problem is Europe is, with this open border situation, it's become very difficult to track these guys. Hopefully now they're going to be working together to figure out how to stop this.
Vlad, thank you. And you can see the report in full: terror in Brussels, hiding in plain sight, now on CBSNews.com. You can also see it tonight as part of a CBSN Originals special on CBSN, 8 Eastern, 7 Central. CBSN streams live on your devices. You can always watch it, CBSNews.com.